Perched high above the bustling streets of modern Athens, an ancient citadel stands as a testament to human ingenuity and the enduring spirit of a civilization that shaped the world. This is the Acropolis, a beacon of the classical era, whose stones are steeped in history, myths, and legends. Welcome back to another episode of The History Behind, where we dive deep into the stories of the world's most iconic historical sites. I'm your guide through the past, bringing light to the shadows of time and stone. Today, we embark on a journey back through centuries to uncover the origins, the glory, and the enduring legacy of Athens' crowning jewel, the Acropolis. From its Neolithic beginnings to its status as a symbol of classical perfection and a subject of global preservation, we'll explore the pivotal moments that have defined this monumental site. Stay with us as we trace the architectural marvels, delve into the political dramas, and celebrate the artistic achievements that have made the Acropolis an immortal piece of our human heritage. So, join us, as VoyageVault proudly presents, the history behind the Acropolis. As we gaze upon the Acropolis today, it's hard to imagine that its very foundations date back to the Neolithic period, a time when early settlers first recognized this elevated rock as a place of significance. Over the millennia, what began as a simple sanctuary evolved into one of the most iconic symbols of cultural and architectural achievement. Let's step back in time, all the way to around 4000 BC. The earliest structures here were likely basic, but crucially positioned for defense. As Athens began to rise in prominence, the Acropolis's role shifted dramatically. By the time of Mycenaean civilization, around 1500 BC, it had become a flourishing center, complete with a palace and a major fortress. But it wasn't just strategic importance that defined the Acropolis, it was its divine connection. Dedicated primarily to Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war, it became a religious sanctuary where Athenians could worship and seek favor from their patron deity. Each structure built, each offering made, was a testament to their reverence and their hopes. As we move into the 5th century BCE, the Acropolis enters what many consider its golden age under the leadership of Pericles, a visionary statesman who transformed not only the skyline of Athens but also its cultural stature. It was during this period that the Acropolis saw the construction of its most enduring structures, thanks to an ambitious building program financed by the Delian League's treasury. Imagine the bustling construction sites, the air filled with the sound of marble being sculpted by the finest craftsmen of the era. The Parthenon, the Erectaion, the Propylaea, these weren't just buildings. They were statements of power, pride, and piety, each reflecting sophisticated architectural techniques and styles that were revolutionary at the time. The Parthenon, for instance, is a marvel of Doric design, its proportions and columns designed to exude perfection and harmony. Yet, it's in the subtle optical illusions of its architecture, like the slight bulging of its columns and the curvature of its base, that the Parthenon speaks to the ingenuity of its creators. These features combat the optical distortions that might otherwise appear in such massive straight lines, making the temple appear flawless to the naked eye. Then there's the Erectaion, famous for its caryatids, those graceful statues of women serving as columns. Each caryatid is crafted with such detail that they seem almost to breathe, a testament to the Athenians' dedication to blending art with architecture. Through these structures, the Acropolis not only served as a religious and political hub but also stood as a beacon of the architectural and artistic sensibilities of ancient Athens. Every temple, every statue, and every frieze on the Acropolis tells a story of a civilization at the height of its power, eager to immortalize its beliefs in stone and marble. From its earliest days to its classical zenith, the Acropolis has served many roles: a home to gods, a site of refuge, a stage for artistry, and a symbol of the enduring spirit of Athens. As we delve deeper into each layer of its history, we not only explore the evolution of this iconic site but also the broader narrative of civilization that it represents. Peeling back another layer of the Acropolis reveals its vibrant heart, where the cultural life of Athens thrived. Here, the great minds of philosophy, art, and drama frequently gathered, their creative energies infusing the city with a spirit that would shape Western civilization. Picture the Acropolis bustling with activity, philosophers debating under olive trees, sculptors chiseling marble into lifelike forms, and playwrights like Sophocles premiering plays that would stand the test of time. This hill was more than just a place. It was a cultural beacon, casting its light far beyond the boundaries of the city. The influence of the Acropolis also extended deep into the political realm. It stood as a proud symbol during the rise of Athenian democracy, its majestic structures overseeing the assemblies at the nearby Phoenix. For citizens, the sight of the Acropolis was a daily reminder of their communal responsibilities and the collective power they wielded in shaping the destiny of their city. Yet, this iconic landmark was not immune to the ravages of time and conflict. It endured the brutal sack by the Persians in 480 BCE, a calamity that left its glorious temples in ruins. Rather than succumb to despair, the Athenians used this devastation as a catalyst for transformation, led by Pericles, who envisioned a rebuilt Acropolis that would symbolize Athenian resilience and grandeur. Throughout history, each wave of conquerors, the Romans, Byzantines, and Ottomans, left their marks on the Acropolis, each altering its landscape. These invasions layered new histories over the old, each contributing to the complex cultural narrative the Acropolis tells today. Natural disasters too have tested the Acropolis's endurance. Earthquakes have challenged its stability, prompting a series of restoration efforts aimed at preserving this ancient wonder for future generations. These efforts reflect a commitment to maintaining the integrity of its structures while honoring the artistic vision of its original creators. By exploring its multifaceted roles in art, politics, and resilience against calamities, the Acropolis emerges not merely as an ancient ruin but as a living legacy of human endeavor. Its stones do not just stand, they recount tales of innovation, power, devastation, and renewal. These stories captivate all who wander through its historic paths. Looking at the weathered stones of the Acropolis, one feels the enduring spirit of Athens, a city that has witnessed the peaks of triumph and the valleys of hardship, yet never lost its magnetic charm. While the Acropolis stands as a symbol of enduring spirit and cultural depth, the structures and artifacts perched upon this rocky plateau offer their own fascinating stories. Each building, each sculpture, whispers secrets of ancient architectural marvels and artistic mastery. Take the Parthenon, for instance, perhaps the most iconic of all the structures. Constructed between 447 and 432 BCE during the height of Athenian power, this temple was dedicated to Athena Parthenos, the city's patron goddess. The brilliance of its design lies not only in its grand scale but in the subtle complexities of its construction. Each column slightly curves inward, creating an optical illusion of straight lines, a feature that enhances its majestic appearance. The Parthenon's friezes and metopes, richly adorned with sculptures depicting various mythological scenes, showcase the artistic zenith of the classical era, capturing moments of intense drama and exquisite detail. Steps away from the Parthenon stands the Erectine, known for its asymmetrical beauty, and the famous porch of Caryatids, 6 draped female figures serving as elegant structural supports. These maidens replace typical columns, a testament to both the Athenians' architectural innovation and their reverence for art. The temple itself houses multiple shrines, including one dedicated to Poseidon, where it is said his trident left a mark on the rock. Guarding the entrance to this sacred complex is the Propylaea, a monumental gateway that sets the tone for what lies beyond. Its grand stairs and columns were designed to awe visitors as they entered the heart of the Acropolis. Just to the right of the Propylaea, the Temple of Athena Nike perches delicately on the edge, a smaller but no less significant tribute to the goddess of victory. This temple celebrated Athens' triumphs and hoped for her protection in times of war. Beyond these towering structures, the Acropolis is also home to a wealth of statuary and decorative elements that provide insight into the artistic and religious life of ancient Athens. From the intricate details of the Parthenon's frieze, depicting the Panathenaic procession, to smaller, less conspicuous pieces that adorn other temples, each element was crafted with a precision that speaks volumes about the skill and passion of its creators. These artifacts not only served decorative purposes but also played crucial roles in the religious ceremonies of the time, each piece imbued with symbolic meanings and dedicated with reverence to the gods. The craftsmanship evident in these works has not only inspired generations of artists and historians but continues to draw millions of visitors from around the world, eager to glimpse the artistic heritage of ancient Greece. Exploring these structures and their accompanying art, we get a clearer picture of what the Acropolis represented to those who walked its sacred grounds centuries ago, a place of worship, a center of art and culture, and a visual manifesto of Athenian identity and pride. In this way, each column, each statue, each ancient stone of the Acropolis contributes to a larger narrative of creativity, devotion, and community spirit that is as timeless as the structures themselves. Now that we've admired the architectural feats and artistic treasures up close, let's step back and see how the Acropolis has weathered the ebb and flow of history, adapting to the needs and influences of each new era. Following the classical period, the Roman Empire took the reins in Greece, making its mark on the Acropolis. They respected the sanctity of the site but weren't shy about adding their own flavor. The Romans introduced new structures, including a small temple dedicated to Rome and Augustus right beside the Parthenon, blending their culture with the ancient Greek traditions. As the Byzantine Empire emerged, the religious landscape of the Acropolis shifted dramatically. The Parthenon, once a bastion of pagan worship, was transformed into a Christian church, dedicated to the Virgin Mary. This transformation marked a significant shift in the spiritual life of the plateau, with Christian iconography mingling with the classical carvings, a poignant reminder of the site's evolving religious significance. The narrative took another turn during the Ottoman rule. The Acropolis became a strategic fortification, and the Parthenon served a new role as a mosque, complete with a minaret soaring beside the ancient columns. This period also saw the unfortunate event in 1687, when a Venetian mortar round ignited a gunpowder depot inside the Parthenon, causing severe damage. This event underlined not just the site's continued importance but also its vulnerability to the ravages of war and time. Fast forward to the 19th century, when the modern nation of Greece emerged from the shadow of the Ottoman Empire. The Acropolis, buried under layers of medieval and early modern modifications, caught the eye of European architects and archaeologists, who began to peel back centuries of additions to uncover the classical beauty beneath. This rediscovery sparked a wave of archaeological fervor, leading to extensive restorations and research that continue to this day. These efforts have not been without controversy, especially regarding the methods of restoration and the battle against pollution and natural wear and tear. Modern conservation techniques focus on preserving the integrity and authenticity of the structures, balancing the need to safeguard this heritage while allowing millions of visitors each year to marvel at its grandeur. In recognition of its unparalleled historical, cultural, and architectural significance, the Acropolis was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987. This status not only honors its past contributions to human civilization but also ensures international efforts to preserve it for future generations. Being a World Heritage Site means that the Acropolis is recognized as a treasure not only for Greeks but for all of humanity. It stands as a symbol of artistic and architectural achievement, a repository of thousands of years of history, and a beacon of the enduring human spirit. Through the Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman periods, into the challenges of the modern era, the Acropolis has stood resilient, adapting and surviving. Each layer of its history tells a story of change, resilience, and renewal, stories that continue to captivate and inspire all who walk its ancient paths. As our journey through the storied heights of the Acropolis comes to a close, we've traversed ancient pathways, stood in the shadows of towering columns, and felt the pulse of history that resonates from every stone. From its inception in classical antiquity to its status as a beacon of cultural heritage in the modern world, the Acropolis remains a profound testament to human creativity and endurance. Has our journey into the Acropolis's past piqued your interest? Keep the adventure alive by watching our video on the Eiffel Tower in the History Behind series. Learn about its controversial beginnings and how it transformed into a global icon, a perfect example of how time can alter our view of history. Thank you so much for watching. This is VoyageVault signing off.